Hello, and welcome to Navigating My Progress on your self-service account. To get to self-service, go to atlantic.edu. Our homepage, if you're on a laptop or a desktop, you'll see quick links in the top corner, top right corner, and select self-service. If you are on your phone, you will see some dashes to the left. You should see quick links in the listing, and then look for self-service under quick links. You will come to this screen. There's information on self-service itself. If you've lost your password or you're not sure how to use it, you can click on this. You're going to click to log into self-service. You'll enter your username and your password and click that you're not a robot. If you forgot your username or password, please follow the prompts. Do not submit this multiple times. You must wait. An email with a temporary username or with your username or a temporary password will be sent to the email that we have on file. Once you sign in, you'll see your home page here. You can also see this on a desktop or a laptop with the house icon. You're going to click Student Planning. On Student Planning, you have two options. Option one is to view your progress. This shows you your program. So your program is your major or your degree. A major is the topic, like the subject, such as criminal justice, nursing, biomedical sciences, business administration. The degree is the associate's degree, and there are different types of associate's degrees with different intentions going forward for what they're designed to do. Option two is to plan your degree, register, and drop classes. You can look at your schedule. If you've already scheduled classes, you can do that. We're going to select View Your Progress. View Your Progress gives you a snapshot of your information. You may need to click Show Program Notes to see more. The important thing to look for here is what is the major that you have declared. This is what matters to the school in terms of what courses you need to complete a degree. It's important if you're using financial aid, because financial aid will look at your declared major and see if courses fit within that program. You can also see your GPA, as well as your associates in arts, which is what the AA is, and the catalog year you're following. Every year, the college updates and clarifies the catalog to make sure if there are any changes or any updates that need to happen. That does not mean that every time a new catalog comes out, you will start following that. You'll follow the catalog year from when you came in or a more recent one, but it must be shown in this area. If this is not the major or the catalog year you've been following, you must meet with your student service navigator or counselor because you need to officially update or change your major. When we look at View Your Progress and we click on View Program Notes, this will start showing us all the requirements in your degree. So a degree will have multiple requirements, including communication requirements, such as English, psychology, social sciences, math, those types of things, as well as program requirements that are specific to what your major is. In the previous case, the communication program, that will have program courses that are specifically designed for the communications major. When we look at your program requirements, they're in different categories. So A would be communications, B is typically math and science, C here is social science, D, we're looking at humanities. This tells you what you need to take. In the social science case, we can see that one social science course must have been taken. It was done. If you want to see what that is, you can click on Show Details, but right now it says Hide Details, so it's not taking up so much space on the page. If we're not sure what we need to take, we can click on that subject. So in this case, we need social science. Student must take social science, sociology 101 and psychology 101. If we click on search, this will take us to the search engine to look for those classes. Here we can see a description of the class as well as prerequisites to take the class. We can also add our filters if we want to look and see what is being offered. We may want to, now that if it's getting later towards registration, you've been registering for a while, you may want to look at only open sections. So you don't have to worry about something, oh, I like that day and time, but the class is full. I would recommend that you look for at least the term. And keep in mind that for example, the fall term may have multiple sessions within. Because they start at different times or may end at different times, they will be listed separately. So here is the fall semester. That means the full semester that runs from September through before Christmas. But you can pick the filters you want. I would not recommend doing a whole lot of filters, just a few. If you know you only want to take classes at one particular campus, or you need them off campus, that would mean online or remote, you can click on that. Once you have your filters listed, you can click to see the available sections, or if you're thinking, well, I'm going to look for one class, but I'll add the sociology for now, but I want to add psychology to plan on taking that for the next semester. You can add that to your plan. All that does is say, I'm thinking of taking this class in this particular semester. If I click View Available Sections, after I put my search criteria in or my filters, I can see the days and times and the different sections that are still available and being offered. In this case, we can see this class, Psychology, is offered Mondays and Wednesdays. It's in Mays Landing, and this is the teacher that's listed. There are 16 seats still available out of the 32 total seats allowed. If I like this section and I eventually want to register for it, I can click Add Section to Schedule. It'll ask me to confirm that. I will do that, and it adds it to my section. Again, I'm not registered for that class. It just means I am planning on taking that particular section in the fall. If the class fills or I change my mind, then I can make those changes on my student service account. Here's another example. This is a math requirement. Take Math 121 or higher Gen Ed math. You do not need to take all of these maths. This is just a listing of what constitutes or counts as a general education math course. Again, I can search and see when they're offered. And I can look at the prerequisite. So this class, I must take Math 073 and get a C or higher, or I must be placed at college level in order to take the class. Algebra has a different requirement. Here, I can look at the classes and see the sections that are offered for this particular term, and I can decide if I want to register for it. Keep in mind, if a class is full and a wait list is in effect, you can add yourself to the wait list. That does not mean you are registered. It means you are on the wait list. In case a seat opens and your name comes up, you'll be notified. About a week or two before the session begins, the wait list is deactivated, and seats that are available will just show up on self-service, and you will have to look for them. You may not use an overload from an instructor while the wait list is in effect. Even if they say it's okay and they give you permission, you must go on the wait list. Overloads are not allowed while the wait list is in effect. If I select this section, I can add that to my schedule, and it just plans me to take that class. I am not registered. Here I can see I've added some classes to my planner, but I do not have the prerequisites for them. So I wouldn't actually be able to register. And you can see more about this on another video, issues to avoid when registering. One thing that's very important is when you're looking at your progress, if you go to the very bottom of the page and look for other courses, typically you'll see your placements or any transfer credits that have been added. And if you see a course here that is planned or registered, but it's under other courses, this means that for some reason, this course is not applying to your degree program. What you need to do is talk to an advisor or student service navigator or counselor to see why that is happening. It may be that this course is not required for your major. It may be that you've already taken it. It may be something that needs to be fixed on the school's end. It's not applying it where it needs to go, but you need to check on that because any courses that fall in here that you register for are not going to count towards your degree. And if you're using financial aid or taking a loan, they will not apply to your degree, so they would not be covered. When you're viewing your program, you may want to look at what you would need if you were to change your major to something else. So you can look at view a new program. This is a temporary view. It is not going to stay. It is not changing your major. It's just a, what if I change my major to something else? You would click view new program, and here you would either search for the new program or you could type it in, click view new program, and it will show you what you need for that particular program so you can see the courses you have taken or that you have planned, and you can see if or how they may apply to the degree program you're thinking of doing. If you want to change your major, there is an official process to have that done. We do need written verification to have that changed. What you may also want to do is when you're on your student planner and looking at My Progress, you may want to load a sample course plan. If you look at our catalog, you can see a recommended sequence of courses for each major. This is kind of the same thing, but it allows you to pick the term you want to start with. So if I wanted to start with the fall 2023 and load classes for my biomedical science major, I could do that. I would pick the term I want to start, the plan in, the major, and hit preview plan. What this will do is it will load a sample plan to show me how I can line up my classes over the next however many semesters to complete my degree. Again, you are not registered. This is not set in stone. It's just a way for you to plan in advance to get an idea of how you might complete your degree or how you might plan your future semesters. This is kind of what it would look like when you look at your timeline. And we can see these are dark gray. These are planned courses. They are not registered. And again, there's no sections attached to them. So this is just saying during this semester, I want to take this class, and this class. I would still have to look for those individual sections that are being offered and are available, add them to my planner and register. But I can get an idea of how my semesters may play out each term to get an idea of when I might be done or how I can combine courses to take courses that I want during a semester. Maybe I don't want to take my statistics at the same time I'm taking my science. That's something that you can think about. It gives you options to plan ahead. If you have any questions or need more help, please go to atlantic.edu and under Student Life, look for counseling or academic advising or contacts to speak with an academic advisor or a student navigator, counselor. Thank you.